Hello and good morning to all of you who are tuning in today to the Self-Love Witch podcast. I am your host, Kim. Welcome into this magical, blissful palace where we talk all things self-love, self-care, self-reflection, protection, evolution, evolving, just living life peacefully, but navigating life and knowing when to set them boundaries, because let's be real, I feel like happiness comes from learning how to set proper boundaries. Truly, honestly. But I digress. Today's episode, as you can tell by the title, is about just being a soft girly. I have recently gone into my soft girl era intentionally, where I am intentionally every single day making sure that I am following a select set of rules that I have set for myself to ensure that I am not stressed, to ensure that I am at ease, that I am prioritizing myself, that I am prioritizing healthy connections, healthy habits in my life, and also making sure the relationships I have also reflect the love that I have for myself. And it has been a journey, y'all. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. But I have learned so many things about myself and so many habits that I had to unlearn. So many ways of thinking that I had to sit down and ask myself, why does your thought process run this specific way? So I'm going to get into it, y'all, because like I said, I feel like it's a soft girl summer. It's a soft bad gal summer. I just feel like I had my hot girl summer phase. I did. I truly did. I lived my life. And I still feel like having a soft gal summer is also living your life. However, it's just being more strategic, more selective, more intentional with doing things, because you're thinking in a futuristic way for your peace and for your sanity and for your happiness. And I really love this. I think this is what, evolving into your grown woman era feels like. I feel like the 30s are a woman's prime. I'm not there yet, but I'm approaching that within the next few years. And I definitely feel that pull. I don't know if it's a solar return energy. I don't know, but I'm definitely in the solar return era. That's for sure. But it's such a beautiful process because I feel myself legit going through a metamorphosis where I am just in my cocoon, but I'm slowly coming out of it. And I'm realizing I'm peeping game, I'm peeping lessons, I'm peeping gems to carry for life. And I wanted to speak on my experience with that because I'm really having an amazing time just learning myself. It's a beautiful process. I fall in love with just evolving and learning myself. It's a beautiful thing. But let's get into this soft girl era, right? So to me, like I said, I feel like the soft girl era is all about just being intentional with your energy, with your peace, with your happiness, with your bliss, and doing the things that makes your life easier and more enjoyable. And I feel like the soft girl era comes completely from you. It comes with how you choose to handle yourself and how you allow others to handle you, and the situations you put yourself in, and the situations you engage in, the energy that you present, the energy that you consume, the energy that you allow into your space or in your aura. It's about having strict boundaries. Soft girl era is all about having strict boundaries because you are just not okay with anything that makes your life hard or makes your peace just feel conflicted, or just makes you not feel at ease, And let's get into it. So one of the things that I've been working on personally is I'm not extending any patience, time, or energy that I don't want to give or that I don't have to give. I feel like as women, and I talk about this in my Divine Feminine Rage episode. If you haven't checked that out, please go check it out. I talk about how us as women, we are taught to just always be so forgiving. We're always taught to just really really take the brunt of a situation and just put it on our backs and just continue on through life. We're legit taught to not speak up for ourselves. We're taught to, don't address everything and learn to let stuff go. And that's easier said than done. As women, we hold on to a lot of things. We're very emotional beings. How can we not hold on to things? And the more we hold on to things, the more that, stays in our aura, and that affects our womb space, that affects our creativity, that affects our emotions, our manifestation skills. It affects our emotional well-being, physical well-being. It's just a whole situation. So what I'm doing right now, that I'm making very perfectly clear, is that I'm not extending any patience to situations that I just don't have it for. I'm not going to create something that's not there. If I'm not in that space, I'm not in that space. I'm not in the mood or in the era in my life to pretend that I feel a certain way, or that I just don't want to pretend anymore. You don't want to pretend to be perceived a specific way. I just don't care for that anymore. I love to be authentically me. How people choose to perceive me is how they're going to choose to perceive me either way. The perception goes way beyond how I am. It goes beyond how people view life, how people view certain people, certain energies. And I'm just really in my I do not care era. I do not care how you perceive me. I just care to be a good person, and that is it. But I also care to honor where I am and to not make myself be in a space that I'm not in for someone else's comfort. I am solely for my comfort. And of course, I'm a respectful being. I'm going to respect people and things like that. But I have to, as women, we aren't raised to look out for our comfort first. And so that is a main priority for me right now. And not only that, but putting energy into lucrative spaces, putting energy into reciprocal spaces where I know that I'm going to be given the same energy that I am exerting out, whether that be financially, whether that be emotionally, spiritually. I legit ask myself now, I say, okay, is this going to pay me back with everything? And call it what you want. If people want to call this selfish, I don't care anymore. I don't care. Call it selfish, baby. Because who's looking out for me better than me? Okay? And this is not coming from a, be a taker mindset. This is just saying, if I'm going to give, I need to make sure you are also giving. I need to make sure it's giving. Is it giving? That is the real question. Is it giving? If it's not giving, I want no parts. I am over extending myself and not being able to walk away with anything of substantial value for myself or for my soul or for my well-being. I don't put myself in spaces. I don't engage in conversations. I don't hang out with certain people that I just feel do not feed my soul. I'm not in that space for any superficial things anymore, because I feel like a part of being in your soft girl era is being authentically you, and to be around authenticity where you're not having to pretend, because that gets your guards up. That makes you defensive. That's not having a soft life. That's having a very defensive life where you're constantly on guard. I would just rather not. So that's another thing that I've been, checking myself on, just asking myself, is this a reciprocal space? Is this a reciprocal situation? What is the goal? What is the end goal of this? Is my energy being wasted? Is my energy being valued right now? And I have to make sure that anything I put myself into, or anything of me that is included into anything, I need to make sure that it is of value and that it makes sense. It has to make sense, baby. It has to make sense. Soft girl era, you don't want any confusion in your life. You don't want any confusion. You don't want any, anything being misconstrued. You don't want to be up thinking about how certain people feel about you, or doubting yourself, because that's a very troubling space to be in. I was there for a while. not getting any good sleep because I was just so confused with what I was doing and the spaces I was in and the relationships I was in and everything like that. So you really just have to honor yourself and just ask if this is something that you truly want and if it's reciprocal for what you're actually wanting for yourself. The next thing is, self-care era. I'm not chasing anything. I refuse to chase anything. That goes for people that I'm dating. That goes for anything. The main thing for me is I wholeheartedly believe if you want something in your life, you become the energy that thing or that person would be attracted to. And I'm not saying become someone you're not or anything like that. I'm just saying embody the energy that you are desiring. Because a lot of times we desire things because, of course, we want them, but also because we are beings that we like things for deeper reasons than we can really understand. If you admire something in someone, it's honestly because you may want that for yourself, or also because it's something that you need within your life. So I always say anything that you're desiring, work on becoming those things, because sometimes we can want things simply because we don't have it. But once we show ourselves that we can have it for ourselves, sometimes we notice we want things for the wrong reasons, and sometimes we're humans, life teaches us lessons, but most importantly, I just feel like the main thing is to just become the energy that you want in your life. So that way it's easily accessible and it's easily manifested for you. If you want a healthy connection, you work on being a good communicator, you work on your trust issues, you work on your insecurities, you work on your tone and delivery, you work on your problem solving skills, you worked on how you resolve conflict, you work on learning how to navigate with different personalities or different opinions that may be different from yours. You learn how to it's a whole bunch of things you have to embody to actually be able to not only manifest and bring something in, but to maintain it. Because we want longevity here. Soft girl life, soft girl era, we want longevity. This is not for play. This is not for looks. This is not for the likes. We're not doing it for the likes. We're doing it because, it's a situation. It's a whole trend. It's an era now for a lot of people because they understand, especially Black women. We grow up our entire lives having to be super hard because we are the most least respected entity in the world. So we are literally born fighting for our respect, fighting for our existence. And, this era is us saying, F that. I'm sticking to my boundaries. I'm not fighting to exist anymore. I am here. And my peace and my joy and everything it's just not going to be up for discussion. It's not going to be up for discussion. It's not going to be up for debate. It is what it is. And we deserve that. We deserve that. Point blank, period. I have a whole list here, y'all, because I'm learning so much. The next thing, always trust your intuition and tuning into the spiritual messages. Whoa. I also have an episode on that. Trusting your intuition. Stop ignoring your intuition. Tune into that. Your intuition is such a beautiful thing, especially as a woman. It's a beautiful thing. It will not lie to you. Trust it. I don't care how silly you feel because what's in front of you isn't adding up all the time. Of course, know when to check yourself, know the issues that you may have. But I don't care how weird or out the blue something may appear to you when your intuition tells you something, you better listen. You better listen. There have been so many times where I have ignored my intuition, and looking back on that day where something crazy happened, there were so many signs and so many messages. I get a lot of spiritual messages through seeing like animals, or seeing certain numbers, or even just having certain dreams. And I know the way that my spirit team communicates with me, and what animals mean what, and kind of what means what. So I feel like it's a very important thing to establish that relationship. Long story short, do not ignore your intuition, baby. If your intuition is telling you stay away from this group of people, they don't seem to have good energy towards you, they don't seem like they actually have good intentions with you, you listen. I don't care how much those people are smiling in your face. I don't care how much those people want to invite you out. I don't care. If your intuition tells you stay away, you stay away. If your intuition feels at ease with certain groups of people, that's where you need to be. If you don't catch yourself having to ask or having to gauge a person's energy all the time, if you don't have to do that, that's where you need to be. If you have to constantly gauge someone's energy, if you're on the fence all the time, if you're unsure, you don't need to be there. You don't need to be there. And, if you feel like you're sensing things in certain people, you feel like it's just not genuine, you trust that and you believe that. You don't need anyone to back that up. You know how to gauge energy. You know how to read social cues. We've been on this earth long enough. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. And don't let a smile and a few giggles confuse you into thinking that certain people are your friend, or that certain people like you, or that certain people want the best for you, because it's easy to literally put your teeth together and move your lips to smile, and it's easy to let out a laugh, and it's easy to be in a space where you don't want to be in. It's very easy. It's easy to pretend for a lot of people, and you have to trust your intuition, and you got to trust the signs you get, because we are being protected on levels that are unseen, but we just have to tap into it, keep that third eye open at all times. And another thing I'm not doing is I'm not arguing. I have really been working on myself to just not argue. Not feeling the need to prove myself either. When I am wrong, I own up to being wrong. But I don't feel the need to prove myself to people anymore. I don't feel the need to prove to anybody who I am or anything to make them see me a different way. I don't know. I just feel that is pointless. And when I say not arguing, I say, of course, there can be differences in opinions. There could be differences in viewpoints. But there's a difference between having a conversation versus having an argument. When I express something and my views may be different, I may feel a way about something you've done, or you feel a way about something I've done. It doesn't need to escalate into this huge disrespectful situation. It should be a simple conversation. Emotions are things that are fleeting. They change. And as an adult and as a woman entering my full soft gal era, I am just not interested in conversations that cannot be had in a healthy way. I'm not interested in people who can't be okay with differing opinions. I'm not okay with people who can't accept, people who get hurt or whose egos are so fragile from a difference in opinion, or just from someone not being okay with something. I'm not interested in that. I feel at a certain point, we have to learn to check our egos, and that's a big part of, for me, being in my soft girl era, checking that ego, because sometimes that ego can really run rampant. And if you let it run rampant, it can really mess up a lot of blessings for you. It can really mess up a lot of opportunities that could have allowed you to grow and evolve as a human being. And learning to not take everything so personal is a beautiful thing, because there's so much more that goes into many situations. And you can't really learn from those experiences if you consistently feel like a victim, or you consistently feel like you can't think beyond how you feel. And you can miss out on a lot of blessings and opportunities with that mindset. So that's been big for me, is not arguing, because usually arguments come from just, feeling like your ego is just bruised or hurt. And I've had both situations. I've had a full-blown disagreement where it should have been yelling. It should have been, because it was such a bad situation, but we both sat and just talked, and it let me know, it assured me that, wow, this is possible. This is evolution. This is healing. This is growing. This is being an adult. This is emotional maturity. This is health. And that's what I want in my life. Those are the kind of connections I want in my life. Those are the kind of experiences that I want to have for myself. And it's been beautiful, y'all. I feel like this whole situation, this whole era has just been beautiful, because it's been showing me the parts where I've been needing healing, and I've been giving opportunities to actually implement that and show myself that I can, just exist in a different way and in a way that is good for me, and it's good for, my way of interacting with people. It's good for me in terms of just being softer with myself, allowing peace and space for bliss and respect and admiration and just pure, genuine love in my life. It's honestly been a beautiful, beautiful journey. Another thing, y'all have so many points right here. Another thing is watching where my presence is and going where it's celebrated and not tolerated. That speaks for itself. Going where I'm celebrated and not where I'm tolerated, and you know the difference. When you're celebrated, you're honored, you're respected, you're loved, you're cared for. When you're tolerated, you are simply just there. And you can tell when people don't really care if you're there or not. I like to be in spaces. When I go out in spaces, I go out with people that I know care about me. I don't really like the clubs anymore. If I go out, it's typically always with someone that I know will protect me and who cares about me. I will never go out with someone that I don't truly know, or that I can't guess that they will ride for me if something were to happen. Because who has time for that? I do not have time for that. I need to go out with riders. I got my riders with me in the backseat. I don't have time for any fake energy around me. Because if it's up, I need to know they're gonna get up with me. You know what I mean? But also people who they're just protective. They're gonna make sure you don't put yourself in no crazy situations. And they're just gonna be genuine. That's important. I feel like that's important for your growth. That's important for your soft girl era. That's important for you just growing into the human being and fulfilling your God-given purpose on this earth, is to be around people that God placed for you, And I always say, like, your presence is your greatest currency. It's your greatest currency. I don't feel any money, anything can amount to just your presence being in a space. Your presence, your energy is your greatest currency. People, if you think about it, I don't know, I just feel like money is a physical currency. But your presence, your energy is a very spiritual currency. And it transcends any materials. It transcends everything. It transcends all this. And that's your greatest currency. It's a gift, So I'm trying to be more selective with places that I put myself in, more selective with who's around it. You do not deserve to be around my space if you do not genuinely care for me, or you don't genuinely, rock with me. Or if you're just not a good person. No, I don't want to be around you. I don't want to be around you. Because I wouldn't have 100K stacked on the table and put it around some thieves just because I got it. So just same with my presence. Just because I got presence doesn't mean I need to put it in spaces that just because there's a space to put it in. I don't want to do that. You got to be real selective these days because, like I said, it's the greatest gift that you can give anybody, honestly, in my opinion. I previously would place myself in spaces and I did it just because I could. And I had to remember, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should do something. You know what I mean? Just because you can does not mean you should. Does not mean you should. There are a lot of things we could do. But should we do it though? If we really think about it, will it serve the path that we're trying to go? Will it serve us tomorrow? Will we be happy with our decision tomorrow? Just because I can do it, just because I can be out here living a hot girl summer, doesn't mean I should, because the state of mind, the mindset that I'm in, the path that I'm ready to take for myself in my life, is just not in that hot girl summer energy. I've had that time period. And frankly, I enjoyed it. I needed it. I needed to let myself be loose and be free and just, and just live my life freely and not care about people's opinions. However, I'm in this era now where I still don't care about people's opinions. But I'm in this energy where I am selective and I more so care about how I present myself, because it needs to reflect with how I truly feel. Everything needs to make sense. I don't want to contradict myself and block my blessings, because I'm entering a period of life where my blessings are about to rain down on me, and I need to be aligned in every sense of the word. I need to be aligned. I don't need to be spiritually in one place, mentally in another, physically on the whole other side of the map, and it just be like a disarray. I need to be completely aligned with my morals, my integrity, my values, and really stick to that, and not be distracted by things that really do not serve that higher purpose for me. And that's really the energy that I'm in, because I only want genuine love. I want genuine growth. I'm ready to grow into my divine purpose that I'm placed here on earth to do. I'm ready to be about my business, heavy on my money, heavy on just expanding myself, improving myself, and going towards my goals and my dreams. So this soft gal summer is specifically dedicated to me. I don't plan to put my energy in anything else but me. And I feel like it's going to be a beautiful thing. It's going to be a really beautiful thing. And I really hope, if any of you are listening here today, and this is the era that you are in, to please allow yourself this time. Give yourself, just give yourself 3 to 6 months. See what you can do being in your soft girl era, and really tuning into yourself and really enjoying your own energy, and really being specific and matter of fact with your goals and your morals and your values, and sticking to your boundaries, and being strict with your own energy and being strict with your presence, and see how that really shifts your life. Because I really feel a shift already. I feel a shift already. Completely unapologetic. I've always been that way, but it hits different now. It's a different kind of, it's a great feeling. You feel powerful. You feel in control just of yourself, and releasing that control of things that have nothing to do with you, and having a care budget. You care about things, but you have a certain cutoff, because at that point you kind of torture yourself. It's important to learn that aspect too, because I'm on a roll and my peace is my greatest priority right now. But thank y'all so much for tuning in. If you have not followed the Instagram, please tune in at the Self Love Witch Podcast. on Instagram. You guys can also follow my personal Instagram at Intentional Mommy, spelled intentional, INTENTIONAL, mommy, MAMI. And give me a follow, reach out. I love when you guys let me know that you guys are tuning in and that you love the episodes. I really enjoy that all the time. Also, you guys do have the opportunities, if you guys are wanting to donate monthly to the podcast. If you're wanting to, you have that option. I always enjoy when you guys do that. That's such a blessing to me. And once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Stay magical. Stay on top of your business. Stay on top of yourself. Stay on top of your health, your wealth. Stay on top of everything. And stuff y'all summer activated. But all right, you guys. Hope you have a blessed one. Peace.